Hello everyone, and welcome. Today, we have a fascinating journey through the life of one of the most legendary figures in music history, Michael Jackson, the King of Pop. This video will not only entertain you, but also help you improve your English listening skills as we explore his incredible life story. Did you know that Michael Jackson's Thriller is still the best-selling album of all time, with over 70 million copies sold worldwide? Or that his iconic moonwalk stunned the world in 1983, and remains one of the most famous dance moves in history. But behind the fame, fortune, and dazzling performances, Michael's life was filled with incredible highs and devastating lows. From his childhood as a young prodigy to his tragic and mysterious death, we will cover every key moment in his life. So, stay with us until the end, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you love legendary stories like this one. Now, let's begin our journey into the extraordinary life of Michael Jackson. Michael Joseph Jackson was born on August 29, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, into a large and musically talented family. He was the eighth of 10 children, raised in a small house where music was a way of life. His father, Joseph Jackson, was a strict disciplinarian who pushed his children to become stars. At the young age of 6, Michael joined his older brothers in a band called the Jackson 5. His extraordinary voice, combined with his natural stage presence, quickly made him the lead singer. By the time he was 8, he was already captivating audiences with his powerful vocals and energetic performances. In 1969, the Jackson 5 signed with Motown Records, and their debut single, I Want You Back, became an instant hit, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The success continued with songs like ABC, The Love You Save, and I'll Be There, all of which cemented Michael's status as a child prodigy. Despite the fame and success, life was not easy for Michael. His father's strict discipline often turned into physical and emotional abuse, making his childhood difficult. In later interviews, Michael revealed that he rarely had time to play or just be a kid. He spent hours rehearsing, performing, and touring, an intense routine that shaped him into a perfectionist, but also left deep emotional scars. As he grew older, Michael began to outshine his brothers, and it became clear that he was destined for a solo career. His ambition, combined with his unique talent, set the stage for one of the greatest transformations in music history. By the late 1970s, Michael Jackson was ready to step out of the shadow of the Jackson 5 and build a career of his own. His breakthrough as a solo artist came in 1979 with the release of Off the Wall, an album that showcased his unique blend of pop, funk, and R&B. The album, produced by the legendary Quincy Jones, was a massive success, selling over 20 million copies worldwide and producing hits like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and Rock With You. But Michael wasn't satisfied. He wanted more. He wanted to become the biggest entertainer in the world. His true superstardom came with the release of Thriller in 1982. This was not just an album, it was a cultural revolution. Thriller became the best-selling album of all time, with over 70 million copies sold. It featured legendary tracks like Billie Jean, Beat It, and of course, Thriller, which was accompanied by an iconic 14-minute music video that changed the music industry forever. During this era, Michael introduced the world to his signature dance move, the moonwalk, during a performance of Billie Jean on the Motown 25th Anniversary Special in 1983. The way he effortlessly glided backward while appearing to walk forward left audiences in shock and admiration. The performance instantly solidified him as a global icon. By the mid-1980s, Michael Jackson was more than just a singer, he was the biggest star on the planet. His glove, fedora, and red leather jacket became symbols of pop culture. He had successfully transformed the music industry, turning music videos into an art form and setting a standard that artists still strive to reach today. However, with immense fame came intense scrutiny, and as Michael's career skyrocketed, so did the media obsession with his personal life. By the mid-1980s, Michael Jackson was unstoppable. His album Thriller wasn't just breaking records, it was rewriting the rules of the music industry. But what made Thriller such a global sensation? First, the music videos. At the time, MTV was still in its early years, and music videos were often simple, low-budget productions. Michael changed everything with his groundbreaking short films, especially the legendary Thriller video. Directed by John Landis, this 14-minute horror-themed masterpiece was unlike anything the world had ever seen. It had a storyline, special effects, and professional choreography, turning music videos into cinematic events. The album also featured game-changing songs like Billie Jean, which became famous for its mesmerizing bassline and electrifying performance at Motown 25, where Michael debuted the moonwalk. Beat It, with its rock-infused sound and Eddie Van Halen's legendary guitar solo, proved that Michael could blend pop with rock and appeal to an even wider audience. Then, there were the numbers. Thriller became the best-selling album of all time, winning 8 Grammy Awards in one night, a record at the time. It dominated the charts and influenced countless artists across genres. But Michael wasn't just a musician. He was a cultural force. His fashion, his dance moves, and even his voice became instantly recognizable worldwide. The Thriller jacket, the single-sequined glove, the white socks with black loafers, every detail became iconic. With Thriller, Michael Jackson didn't just make an album, he created a movement. He proved that music could be more than just sound. It could be a visual and emotional experience that transcended generations. However, as Michael's fame reached unimaginable heights, so did the pressure. And the world was about to see a very different side of the King of Pop. With Thriller dominating the charts, Michael Jackson had reached a level of fame that few artists in history could even dream of. But he wasn't done yet. The mid to late 1980s saw him push the boundaries of music, dance, and entertainment even further, solidifying his title as the King of Pop. In 1987, Michael released Bad, his highly anticipated follow-up to Thriller. The album was another global success, spawning an incredible 5 number-one hits on the Billboard Hot 100, including Bad, The Way You Make Me Feel, Man in the Mirror, Dirty Diana, and I Just Can't Stop Loving You. To support the album, he embarked on the Bad World Tour, his first solo tour, which became the highest-grossing tour of the 1980s, proving his dominance in the industry. Fans around the world fainted at his concerts, overwhelmed by his presence and electrifying performances. By this time, Michael had perfected his signature dance moves. The moonwalk, first seen during the Motown 25 performance, became a cultural phenomenon. But he also introduced moves like the anti-gravity lean, from the Smooth Criminal video, the robot, his lightning-fast spins and toe stand. Every performance felt like magic, as if Michael defied the laws of physics. His dance style became a blueprint for future artists, influencing stars like Usher, Chris Brown, Justin Timberlake, and even K-pop idols. In 1991, Michael released Dangerous, featuring hits like Black or White, Remember the Time, and Heal the World. The album had a more New Jack Swing and R&B influenced sound, proving that Michael could adapt to the evolving music scene. Then came one of the most legendary performances of all time, Michael's Super Bowl XXVII halftime show in 1993. Before him, halftime shows were just background entertainment. But Michael changed everything. He stood still for nearly 2 minutes, building unbelievable tension, before launching into a breathtaking performance. The TV ratings soared, making it one of the most watched Super Bowl moments in history. Michael wasn't just a singer or dancer anymore. He was a global phenomenon, a figure who transcended music and became a symbol of creativity, passion, and entertainment. However, as his artistic genius continued to shine, so did the intense media scrutiny surrounding his personal life. And soon, the world would witness the beginning of his most challenging years. As Michael Jackson's career skyrocketed, so did the media's obsession with his personal life. The 1990s marked a shift, from celebrating his artistic genius to intense scrutiny and controversy. One of the first things that caught the public's attention was Michael's changing appearance. Over the years, his skin became lighter, leading to endless speculation. Some believed he was undergoing cosmetic procedures to change his race, but Michael later revealed that he suffered from vitiligo, a skin condition that causes loss of pigmentation. His use of makeup and treatments to even out his skin tone only fueled further rumors. In 1993, Michael faced one of the most devastating accusations of his life, allegations of child sexual abuse. A young boy named Jordan Chandler and his family accused him of misconduct. The case was highly publicized, and Michael denied the allegations, stating that he was being extorted for money. The stress of the situation led to Michael collapsing on tour, and in 1994, he settled the case out of court for a reported $23 million, a decision that many saw as an admission of guilt, while others believed it was to avoid a prolonged legal battle. Despite the controversy, Michael's career continued. In 1995, he released History, Past, Present and Future, Book I, an album that reflected his anger and frustration with the media. Songs like Scream, a duet with his sister Janet Jackson, directly attacked the press for their relentless harassment. In the midst of these turbulent times, Michael shocked the world by marrying Lisa Marie Presley, the daughter of Elvis Presley, in 1994. Many believed the marriage was a publicity stunt to repair his image, but Lisa Marie insisted that it was real love. The couple divorced in 1996, after just 2 years. Shortly after, Michael married Debbie Rowe, a dermatology nurse, and together they had 2 children, Prince and Paris Jackson. The marriage ended in 1999, and Michael was granted full custody of the children. The late 1990s saw Michael fighting an uphill battle against the press, the legal system, and public opinion. While he remained an unstoppable musical force, the pressure was beginning to take its toll on his health, reputation, and personal life. But despite all the hardships, Michael never stopped giving back. His humanitarian efforts remained one of the most overlooked, but profound aspects of his life. Amidst the fame, controversies, and relentless media scrutiny, one aspect of Michael Jackson's life often gets overshadowed: his extraordinary humanitarian work. Michael wasn't just a pop icon, he was a philanthropist who donated hundreds of millions of dollars to charities and used his influence to promote social change. Michael's compassion for the less fortunate was evident throughout his career. In 1985, he co-wrote the iconic charity single, We Are the World, with Lionel Richie, bringing together some of the biggest names in music to raise funds for famine relief in Africa. The song became a global anthem, raising over $63 million for humanitarian aid. But his charity work didn't stop there. In 1992, he launched the Heal the World Foundation, dedicated to helping children suffering from poverty, disease, and abuse. The foundation funded vaccines, provided food to starving children, and even sent aid to war-torn areas like Sarajevo during the Bosnian War. Michael holds the Guinness World Record for supporting the most charities by a pop star, donating to over 39 different organizations. Some of his contributions included $5 million to the United Negro College Fund, building a burn center for children after suffering severe burns himself during a Pepsi commercial shoot in 1984. Regular visits to hospitals and orphanages worldwide, often bringing gifts and financial aid. His empathy for children was profound. He frequently invited terminally ill kids and underprivileged families to Neverland Ranch, his personal sanctuary, where they could ride amusement park rides and forget about their struggles, even if just for a day. Beyond financial support, Michael used his voice and music to address global issues. Songs like Man in the Mirror encouraged self-reflection and change, while Earth Song highlighted environmental destruction and humanitarian crises. He was one of the first major pop artists to speak about climate change, war, and social injustice through his music. Despite his personal struggles, Michael never stopped trying to make the world a better place. His dedication to helping others remains one of the most overlooked yet impactful aspects of his legacy. But as his humanitarian work continued, his personal health and career began to face serious challenges, leading to the final chapter of his life. By the early 2000s, Michael Jackson's life had become a constant battle against the media, legal troubles, and his own declining health. Despite his efforts to revive his career, the pressures surrounding him were mounting. In 2003, another devastating scandal shook Michael's world. He was accused once again of child sexual abuse, this time by Gavin Arvizo, a boy he had befriended. The case led to a highly publicized trial in 2005, where Michael faced 14 counts of charges. For months, the world watched as the king of pop fought for his freedom. The trial was emotionally and physically exhausting for him. He often appeared frail and weak, and many feared for his mental and physical well-being. In June 2005, after a long and grueling trial, Michael was acquitted of all charges. Though he was legally cleared, his reputation never fully recovered. The damage caused by the accusations left him feeling betrayed and isolated, pushing him further away from the spotlight. By 2009, Michael was determined to make a comeback. He announced This Is It, a series of 50 concerts in London's O2 Arena, meant to be his grand return to the stage. Fans were ecstatic, every ticket sold out within hours. However, behind the scenes, Michael was struggling. Years of stress, insomnia, and physical exhaustion had taken a serious toll on his health. He relied heavily on painkillers and sedatives, including the powerful anesthetic propofol, to help him sleep. On June 25, 2009, just weeks before the first This Is It show, the world was shocked by the news: Michael Jackson had died at the age of 50. The cause? Acute propofol intoxication. His personal doctor, Dr. Conrad Murray, had been administering the drug to help Michael sleep, a practice that ultimately led to his tragic and sudden death. The world mourned. Fans gathered outside the Apollo Theater, Neverland Ranch, and his Hollywood Walk of Fame star to pay tribute. His public memorial, held at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, was watched by over 2.5 billion people worldwide, making it one of the most viewed events in history. Michael's passing marked the end of an era, but his story was far from over. His music, his influence, and his undeniable impact on pop culture would continue to live on. Even after his passing, Michael Jackson's influence on music and culture remains stronger than ever. He wasn't just a performer, he was a revolutionary artist who changed the entertainment industry forever. Michael's music continues to break records and inspire new generations. His album Thriller remains the best-selling album of all time, and his songs are still played and celebrated across the globe. Hits like Billie Jean, Smooth Criminal, and Man in the Mirror are timeless, proving that true artistry never fades. His impact extends beyond just music. His innovations in dance, from the moonwalk to the anti-gravity lean, have influenced countless artists, from Beyoncé and Usher to K-pop stars like BTS. His groundbreaking music videos, especially Thriller, transformed the way artists use visuals to tell stories, making music videos an essential part of pop culture. Even after his death, Michael's legacy continued to shine. In 2010, he was named the highest-earning deceased celebrity by Forbes, a title he still holds most years. The Cirque du Soleil show Michael Jackson, ONE, continues to sell out in Las Vegas. His estate has generated over $2 billion since his passing, proving that his music and influence are still in high demand. In 2022, a biopic about his life was announced, ensuring his story will continue to be told for generations. Despite his incredible contributions to music and charity, Michael's life remains controversial. His legal troubles, changing appearance, and eccentric lifestyle make him one of the most discussed celebrities in history. Some view him as a victim of fame and exploitation, while others continue to question parts of his life. But one thing is undeniable: Michael Jackson changed the world. Whether through his music, his humanitarian work, or his unforgettable performances, he left a legacy that no other artist has matched. Michael Jackson once said, "If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change." Through his music, dance, and humanitarian work, he did just that. He may be gone, but his art, influence, and magic will live forever. What's your favorite Michael Jackson song or memory? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories of legendary figures.